Welcome back to your daily dose of morons. In today's video, Hasan is going after Asmongold again, calling him an Israel lover, telling him to leave America. Asmongold has responded, calling him a massive hypocrite. Hasan is now mad at mainstream media, who's usually on his side, because they're finally reporting things that he doesn't like. Ethan Klein is calling out Hasan again. iDubbbz is now fantasizing about taking part in the violent part of the LA protests. Alrighty, subscribe or Hasan Piker becomes president. I'm not playing with these threats, guys. Press the button. Okay, let's begin with this tweet. This is in reference to the LA protests. Hasan calls Asmongold an Israel lover and tells him to get the F out of his country.
If you don't like it, you can leave, okay? Why don't you get the f out of my country, Asmongold? If you don't like the fucking First Amendment, get the f out. Go to a country that doesn't have free speech protections. Maybe you'll enjoy it more. There, you can actually also still do regime propaganda and be totally justified in being like, yeah, arrest these guys. Yeah, go live in fucking Turkey, bitch. I don't get it. Why don't you go to a country? Why don't you go to a country where there's no First Amendment? Go to Tel Aviv, dude. They don't got free speech there. Go to Israel. You seem to love Israel. Why don't you go live there? Yeah.
Okay, the clip keeps going, but I gotta quickly point out the bullshit. My country, really? Hasan saying my country. Is this the same guy who has done anti-American propaganda for how many years now? The same guy who says America deserved 9/11? The same guy who literally supports Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, all these people who chant death to America? The same guy who hates America so much that whenever there's any conflict ever, he will always take the side that is against America? Apparently hates the system so much that made him like a capitalist millionaire. Also, this guy talking about free speech and the First Amendment is hilarious. Free speech doesn't allow you to break the law, you absolute idiot. You can absolutely peacefully protest and you can voice your opinions, but you cannot light cars on fire. It doesn't matter if you have insurance, Hasan. You can't actually destroy cars, rob stores, try to kill cops, literally try to murder people by throwing bricks at them. This is the problem with Hasan. He just never knows when to draw the line. He can never stop supporting violence and terrorism, and he has the audacity to talk about propaganda. Asmon has literally never said he loves Israel. He has always maintained that his first priority is to Americans.
Did you vote for... No, I didn't vote for Kamala Harris either. I just simply chose not to vote. I didn't feel like either candidate deserved to vote. I thought neither of them were very good. And I think I speak for basically... I mean, how many of you guys want to die for Israel? How many of you guys want to go to war for Israel? I certainly fucking don't. I don't want to do that. Israel's problems are Israel's problems. I don't want to, take that on. No. You're not going to war for fuck's sake. Okay, well, I don't want to fund 2 proxy wars. We're already funding 1 proxy war with Ukraine. Funding 2 of them is ridiculous.
Wow, Asmon saying Israel problems are Israel problems. Definitely seems like an Israel lover, guys. Dude, Hasan is a pathological liar. It shouldn't be possible to humiliate someone this bad with straight facts for 40 videos straight. It's just diabolical the amount of info this guy just completely gets wrong. Now, after this, one of Hasan's chatters points out that Asmon doesn't support Israel, and Hasan's brain just implodes.
Him moving to a different country would be biological warfare and violate international law? Okay, well, even more. You're just telling me exactly why now he should move. Asmon doesn't support Israel law. This is why Asmon refuses to debate you when you lie about him. Wait, what? The easiest way to fucking... First of all, Asmon doesn't support Israel law is hilarious. He doesn't support Israel. He just seems to criticize all of Israel's enemies all the time, non-fucking stop. Yeah, I know. He doesn't fully support Israel. He just supports everyone else that supports Israel, and he attacks everyone that doesn't support Israel. He supports the administration and its support for Israel. He supports the administration completely. He supports all the content creators that support Israel. He supports None of the content creators that don't support Israel.
Basically, you better support Hasan in everything he says, otherwise you're an Israel lover. Apparently, criticizing Hamas terrorists who happen to be the enemies of Israel is now explicitly supporting Israel. It's like, you can just say terrorists are bad in general, you know? It's like Hasan expects every situation to be completely black and white. I mean, you can never take this guy seriously because he thinks Ethan Klein is pro-Israel. You can't even make this shit up. How many clips of Ethan have we seen of him completely disavowing Israel's actions? Like, how much more do you actually need? Oh, that's right. You obviously just need to support the terrorists. That's the only way to be on Hasan's side here. Anyways, Asmongold responded,
I'm an Israel lover. Okay. I mean, you could say, I guess, no, you can't say Jew lover, right? You can't do that. Because there were other people that did that before and it didn't go very well for them. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to it.
If you don't like it, you can leave, okay? Why don't you get the fuck out of my country, Asmongold?
Hasan, famously known for his unquenching support of American values.
Francis was a socialist. This motherfucker is an American. And I think Americans are gross. Why don't you get the fuck out of my country, Asmongold? If you don't like the fucking First Amendment, get the fuck out.
Is he talking about his First Amendment right to stand in the middle of the highway? Okay, yeah, right, got it.
Go to a country that doesn't have free speech protections.
Okay.
Yeah, go live in Turkey, bitch. I don't get it. Why don't you go to a country? Why don't you go to a country where there's no First Amendment?
Why would I want to go to a country with no First Amendment? Also, Hasan doesn't like the First Amendment either. I mean, he's regularly advocated for banning people. He was crying about Aiden Ross getting unbanned recently. Don't ever believe Hasan cares about the First Amendment. He cares about weaponizing other people's care for the First Amendment against them in order to push his own goals, like standing in the highway, which is clearly what I'm discussing here because this is the clip.
I mean, yeah, Hasan does not give a single shit about free speech. If it was up to Hasan, none of us would even have a platform. Make no mistake, if it was up to Hasan, there would be tyranny to the max. This guy is an unashamed open terror supporter. As long as it's on his side of politics, he does not give a single shit. And he might be aligned with you on certain other political issues, but that doesn't mean that you should ever take anything he says seriously. He basically takes every opportunity to take the minor political points and then eventually brainwash you into his cult so that you're also supporting terrorists. Also, can we just admit it? Anytime Hasan says Israel or Israel lover, he means Jew. Now, obviously, he's not going to come out and say that because it's bad optics to just say Jew, right? Because that makes you look pretty anti-Semitic, right? And that's a very hard pill to swallow from the crowd that's always chanting, you're a Nazi, but also everything they say is conveniently against Jews. I mean, we've gone over several statements Hasan has made that can be interpreted as him being anti-Semitic. I've played like the 5 different statements in plenty of my previous videos. You can check it out. Also, the thing about the highway, right? I know people are rightfully concerned about the abuse of power by authorities, right? And that may be a reason that people want to peacefully protest, which is perfectly fine and justified. But I will still say, if you are blocking the highway, preventing regular innocent civilians who have nothing to do with this from getting to work, then you are going to be seen as a troublemaker, a lawbreaker, and a general nuisance. You can hate ICE or the police all you want, but don't take it out on a man trying to go to work to feed his family. A lot of these people are living paycheck to paycheck, all right? And if they miss a day of work and they get fired because of it, congratulations, you just made a lifelong enemy. And that's pretty much where you are no different than Just Stop Oil, and people will get increasingly frustrated of you blocking their path because they have nothing to do with this, and they will either get out of their car to beat you up or they will try to run you over.
Go to Israel. You seem to love Israel. Why don't you go live there?
I didn't know that. Do I? That's crazy. All right.
Yeah. Him moving to a different country would be biological warfare and violate international law? Okay, well,
that's funny.
Even more.
Okay. Even more what? Are you saying it's good that there would be biological warfare for me to go to Israel? Like, is that what you were implying? You know, it just seems kind of a weird way to say that.
You're just telling me exactly why now he should move.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
That's really something, huh?
Dude, the Gooning King Dan Clancy singing Happy Birthday will never get old. But also, what did Hasan exactly mean by that when he said, I hope Asmon goes to Israel as it would be biological warfare? Now, obviously, I get that that's a joke, right? Because Asmon's the cockroach king. He's a little bit disgusting sometimes. So yeah, biological warfare, very funny joke. He did leak his true feelings for a second there. That was a Freudian slip there, because he says he wants to do biological warfare against Israelis, which is very interesting, right? I wonder how people would react if you said that about Palestinians or any other group, that you want to do biological warfare against them. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it. Here's what people are saying: I'd much rather live in a country filled with Asmongold's than Hasan's. A guy who hates America telling a guy who loves his country to leave. Okay, somebody just said it. Hasan is a Nazi. Somebody added Dan Clancy, get your animal under control. Turkish guy tells American from Texas to get out of America. Telling a US citizen to get out of the country but supporting non-citizens who are refusing to get out is crazy work. Go live in Turkey. A man whose father is a Turkish politician and who is a Turkish citizen and a billionaire. Don't forget that. This guy's no morals or empathy. Is 100% about his ideology. He's a trust fund activist. He'd call the cops 100 times a minute if those protests came near his neighborhood, lol. 100%, that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody lit his car on fire, he's definitely calling the cops, and then he'll be like, oh, cops are bad. Oh my god, we should light everybody's car on fire. Like, please, dude, you rely on their safety. Why doesn't Hasan live in Gaza then? The reason Hasan was so pissed at Asmongold was because Asmon actually called him a fake revolutionary.
Anta is fake revolutionary, not putting his strength. Well, if anything, Hasan is a fake revolutionary because he doesn't embody any of the ideals that he has, right? I mean, disliking capitalism, you're pro-Palestine, you're trying to adhere to this fucking list of companies that you're not supposed to support, but the one that you make the most money from, you're like Twitter, by the way, also owned by Elon Musk, who people are saying is a Nazi. Like, really, like, that's not the main thing. What is this? Which he did go down there.
No problem LARPing as a revolutionary.
Yes, exactly. Yes. No, you're right. What a great own. He actually did go down and commit a crime. I expected him not to do that because it would be stupid and detrimental and bad, and you would put your channel at risk. But Hasan knows he won't get in trouble. And streaming it. Yes, self-reporting the entire time.
This is going to be very different, which, to be fair, he was. Well, if he was actually doing that, he should get in trouble. Like, I mean, for sure. He was, though? Yeah, I don't know.
No, he should be arrested again. Just sits on bootlicking a Trump administration. Bootlicking is whenever you think that somebody should get arrested for standing in the highway. I didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that. But, you know, we had a whole election that was decided that found out that most people actually didn't know that. But that's where we're at. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's probably not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen.
Right, so the reason Hasan got all pissy is because Asmon literally said the truth and called Hasan a hypocrite for not standing by the boycott list for Palestine and not boycotting Amazon. And he also said that he probably won't get banned on Twitch for, again, streaming something against TOS. So I don't see the issue here. Hasan is literally just getting mad at objective facts. Who would have thought? Also, let's be honest, Hasan was never going to get in trouble. Hasan could literally go out on the street and murder 5 people and Dan would suck him off the next day. Now, last video I did expose Dan Clancy for his Hasan rag that is absolutely diabolical, the amount of times it's been violated, so to speak. But yeah, I really wonder how long Dan can keep this up and safeguard his golden boy here, because surely at some point Amazon clamps down on this, right? They just can't have this PR on their website. Now in this next clip, Hasan gets really angry that the mainstream media is pointing out that even small businesses run by immigrants are getting robbed, not just big Apple stores or whatever, which by the way is still not okay, right? Like Hasan's chat always justifies this, like Apple is too rich, so it's okay to just rob and loot stores and break things and steal phones and TVs. How the heck is that related to immigration or ICE at all? These are just random looters profiting off the chaos, using this opportunity to make a quick buck. And Hasan will justify this, saying that they're just redistributing the goods to the poor people like Robin Hood.
You only see the looting of Target. You don't see the redistribution of the goods that they took from Target back to the community.
Meanwhile, they'll sell it for like double the price.
Good.
The vicious looting.
Most of them looted the glass.
Fuck the local news, man. I hate local news, yo.
Shattered, a lot of things stolen. And they're big companies. They'll take a hit. But it is the small, the mom and pop businesses that have also been looted. I mean, you have tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
Of what they've done to your business.
What they done to my business? I don't know. I have to go inside see what's going on. I don't know what they done to business. Why these people come to downtown? They go to somewhere out of the city limits and they scream at what they want to do. Why they come here?
We also have video of other stores that were looted overnight. There were reports, Sheila, of up to 100 looters at a time at a jewelry business.
Crazy. Very crazy, very sad, very terrible.
And your dad works really hard. I'm sure you work really hard too.
You know what? Let's just quickly look at Hasan's chat here. Womp womp. We got the crying emoji. Poor Apple. Not Apple, not Adidas. Not the Apple phone cases. Fox News Classic only care about the big companies. Oh no, not the sneakers. Not the billionaires. Rob Apple. All my homies hate local news. We got SpongeBob and they say small business. Nah, don't be used that SpongeBob, dog. Nah, this is a desecration. Crying moms, crying the iPhones. The mom and pop Apple stores. Somebody loot their camera and microphone quick. Bro, who is watching you? What the heck is this, dude? Omega lol, so what? So let me get this straight. We got a very clear immigrant who is crying about his store getting looted. And then we got Hasan in his chat being like, I don't care about the Apple store. This isn't the Apple store, dude. I feel like Hasan in his chat does not care about these immigration issues. They just want to advance their own radical politics. And they like to blend in like little chameleons, like, oh no, we're just supporting the peaceful protest. We're totally on your side. Like, no, they don't care about any reasonable cause at all. It is precisely because of people like Hasan that no protest is actually taken seriously for any valid reason. Anyways, let's move on to Ethan going after Hasan. Here we got another puff piece article paid for by Hasan's journalist buddies. Hasan Piker sees it all. If he sees it all, how does he so consistently have the wrong opinion on everything? The guy who screamed the Russian invasion of Ukraine wasn't gonna happen definitely has amazing insights. And then Ethan calls it out. Lol, this is getting pathetic. People don't like you, bro. You can't buy your way out of that. He sees it all and then chooses terrorism anyway. Then Ethan goes after Hasan's agency, Night Media. I do not and have never worked with Night Media. The CEO is a nice guy, but F any media entity willing to work with scum like Hasan. I've never had a manager of any kind. I've always preferred to do things on my own for better or worse. Then Ethan makes a post about the LA protests and he calls out tankies. I assume he's talking about Hasan here, or at least Hasan supporters. Mad respect to the amazing protesters. These tanky scumbags showed up to sabotage these good people's protests. F the tankies. I stand with these protesters and loving America. There's a correct take. Protest good, riots bad. Burning down Waymos because they love America so damn much. We also got this picture of Hasan in a press vest as if he's somehow like news. Genuine service dogs versus fake service dogs. And then Nux responds, I wonder where he picked that trick up. And this is like the terrorists who are wearing the press vest as well, launching missiles in the background. There's like a video about this. Anyways, let's move on to iDubbbz fantasizing about throwing tear gas on the cops. iDubbbz imagines himself at the LA riots, catching tear gas and launching it back at cops, and then everyone would clap.
One of my friends got tear gassed a couple days ago. So, yep.
Dude, I kind of wish I was there.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be really fucking sweet to throw the tear gas back at them.
You put the cone on it and then pour the water in.
True.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, that's a good tactic. Yeah, I do like that.
Oh, look, Reek from Game of Thrones is talking. iDubbbz, you look like you're too afraid to tell the waiter they got your order wrong. Bro looks completely broken and homeless and cucked. How about you deal with the devil right next to you? Because we all know you wouldn't do shit. And don't be fooled into thinking iDubbbz is only supporting the peaceful parts of the protest. If you're fantasizing about chucking tear gas at the cops, you're probably supporting the violent side too. And I mean, let's all remember, this guy loves and supports Hasan in everything he does. He was the catalyst to this entire series. He made the content cop with Hasan in it. He's the one who started all of this. So I'm not going to give any courtesy when his friends are terrorist sympathizers, and he probably is too. Now, there's also this clip of a bunch of people stopping someone from going to work, and I feel like this is where you lose most people. Like, if your problem is with the police, then take it up with the police. Why are you stopping civilians?
But I have a kid. If I don't, and these people are having their children taken and their parents, what about my kids?
So this is, again, one of the main things that these people love to do is they're standing in the road. They're preventing this woman from going to work. And they're explaining to her why it's actually a good thing that they're preventing her to go to work.
Then what happens to my kids? But you can if you could just move out the way. We're not going to. How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing to do? No, it's not.
How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not work.
Not work. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Some people do have to go to work. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Imagine that.
Not work. I care so much.
So you don't care about stopping black people from going to work?
Look at this line that you guys are causing. I'm not causing no problems. I'm not trying to. We're just trying to leave.
It's actually so funny because, like, you could not have made a more stereotypical video than this. Why do Americans always mention some kind of skin color or ethnicity to try to make a point? Because the people that are doing this, it's like they're kryptonite. What an annoying, obnoxious person.
That guy's definitely unemployed. Holy shit. I mean, this is just becoming a repeat of Just Stop Oil now. Like, obviously people care about the environment and they care about these issues, but they're not going to care about your dumb ass when you stop them from going to work or impeding on their day, right? They have a job to get to feed their family with money. Who would have thought? Now, I wanted to quickly go over a few clips from Decoy Voice, where basically people are so emotionally charged, they end up attacking the wrong thing. Basically, Reddit was so brain dead, they thought ICE was at a certain hotel, so they gave it a bunch of bad reviews. Turns out they weren't even there, it was just a hoax, and they basically just destroyed an innocent business for absolutely no reason.
So places like r/Los Angeles requests, users post what hotels ICE agents are staying at, saying, give them a taste of their own medicine, and take it to them where they're sleeping. It's insane to me how sloppy these idiots are, as a rumor came out of ICE staying at a certain hotel. So other idiots started echoing it in that original Reddit thread, only for their own city council to come out and confirm that was 100% false. But that didn't stop them from brigading the hotel with bad reviews. And those idiots actually did it, giving them several 1 out of 5 reviews on Google, even going on Yelp to do the same, well after the rumor was proved to be fake, and then upvoting the next rumor they have zero confirmation of. This is what happens when you have more emotions than information. You can be manipulated into attacking innocent employees because Reddit demanded it. Just like when that other local Reddit freaked out about ICE showing up to their school, only for it to be a SWAT team fulfilling a Make-A-Wish dream for some sick kid. They don't care if they march the mobs in to stop a leukemia patient from playing with the cops or destroying the business of a random hotel.
Bro, some of these people are operating off of so much anger and emotion that they just end up hurting their cause. Like, that Make-A-Wish story is just insane. You just end up hurting innocent people if you're so radicalized you can't even take a moment to look at the facts. I mean, of course Reddit is not going to do a smidgen of fact checking. They're like half of Hasan's viewer base, right? Now apparently some people were also trying to dox the officers and then crying when they got doxed back.
We're gonna dox you! We're gonna dox you!
And these aren't idle threats, as that scanner account originally dropped addresses of federal buildings, but then released hotel information on where ICE agents were allegedly staying. Until somebody turned around and shared his address, where he thought that was unacceptable. And then Insider Wire found his real name, showing paperwork that suggests he's had a felony stalking conviction. That he apparently wanted that post immediately removed, then posting a formal apology, stating he should not have posted those addresses, and if he has broken the law, he'll turn himself in, then completely deleting his account.
Literally F around and find out, like, wow guys, I broke the law, I'm totally gonna turn myself in, wink wink. Fucking loser, dude. If you think doxing someone is going to help your cause, like, what was even the plan? Like, go to them when they sleep and do what? Like, I hope they didn't want to kill them or anything, because that's just way too far. I mean, to be fair, this guy was literally a stalker, so kinda expected. But you can start to see why people are so mad on both sides regarding this. And the mainstream media reporting is just hilarious.
As they're now saying, this footage isn't even recent.
A lot of these algorithms are surfacing hours old or even days old content. So you might be looking at a video of something, wondering what's happening in LA. It's actually from 2 days ago.
Good to know it's not pertinent if my vehicle was burned a couple hours ago, or maybe even yesterday. CNN thinks you being able to remember things is the real problem.
Well, it's me, Hasan Piker here. They all have insurance, don't worry, guys. Isn't everybody rich like me? They'll just buy another car. Tough luck, sucker. I just love America so much that I support terrorist group that chant death to America. No, I wasn't dropped as a child, why do you ask? Now, apparently people are being so stupid that they are actually helping legitimate criminals get released. Like, these could be potential murderers, rapists, rapists, you never know. Like, if the goal was to help innocent people who were wrongfully targeted, this is not helping. You're literally letting criminals loose.
To essentially helping inmates escape from incarceration. As Scooter Caster from Freedom News shows us, at an ICE facility in New Jersey, activists attempt to block their arrivals.
What the f? Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Oh!
These same idiots show us what weaponized unemployment can accomplish.
Gotta go. We're waiting for the gate. Come on. Come on. Wait for the gate. Nazis! Nazis go! Nazis go!
When the protesters were preoccupying the feds, inside the facility, a riot broke out with 4 detainees escaping, with a local CBS affiliate following up, stating the 4 escaped through the wall, as all of them have criminal history. So good job, guys. Clearly your ability to push plastic barriers shows you'll be able to protect you and your family from whoever just got released into your local community.
Yep, that will do it. When you get a couple criminals joining these movements after being released, it will go completely haywire, because clearly they are not acting in your best interest. And then the original message of the protests will be completely lost because we have literal criminals joining it. Now click this video so Hasan takes a one-way trip to the moon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.